You want Ole Miss? Let's do it. The University of Mississippi was established in 1844. In 1896, Ole Miss was the winning entry in a contest to name the yearbook. And over time, that name became synonymous with the university. Now, just a couple years before that, 1893, the football team chose the crimson of Harvard and the blue of Yale as their school colors. They thought the spirit of Harvard and Yale would bode well for the football team. But as 1951 rolled around and the team moved into hard shells, the helmets were more robin's egg blue than dark blue with a red center stripe. Legend has it that famed coach Johnny Vaught had ordered helmets, and when they arrived, they were the wrong shade of blue. With no time to change them, Ole Miss just stuck with them, and they ended up wearing them from 1951 through 1957. In 58, players' numbers are added to the side and worn through 1968. In 1969, Ole Miss switched to darker blue helmets and put a 100 sticker on the side to celebrate the anniversary of 100 years of college football. In 1970, Colonel Reb appears on the side of the helmet. Rebels had become the school's nickname in 1936. Colonel Reb was designed that year, and one theory is that he was designed in the image of a man called Blind Jim Ivey. As the story goes, Ivey was blinded as a teenager while working on the Tallahatchie Bridge. By 1896, he had made his way to Oxford and was a peanut vendor at baseball games. Well, in one particular game, Ole Miss was trailing Texas, and a fan said to him, "We're down big." And so Ivey starts yelling out in his loud, bellowing voice to root on the team, and Ole Miss rallied back to beat Texas. From that day on, he became a regular fixture on campus. In 1973, helmets are made darker blue and the Colonel Reb more detailed. This is worn through 1982. Those final 3 seasons with a red face mask. In 1983, Ole Miss switched back to the light blue helmets, red center stripe, and script Ole Miss. This was worn through 1994. In 95, the Rebels switched back to the dark lids with the red stripe and script Ole Miss, and it's still a current option. The powder blues reappeared for a game in 2014 and were used at least one game a year through 2017. They were shelved in 2018, and then they've been in the rotation ever since 2019. Alternates along the way have included this look against Mississippi State in 2013 with no center stripe. For one game in 2017, 19, 21, and 23, this patriotic Ole Miss look. For one game in 2017, 19, and 21, these throwbacks to the 50s and 60s look. For 3 games in 2018, 2 games in 22, and 2 games in 23, white helmets with red Ole Miss and center stripe. For one game in 2018 and 22, white lids with patriotic Ole Miss and center stripe. In 2020 against South Carolina, a patriotic Ole Miss look on the powder blue helmets. January 1st, 2022 in the Sugar Bowl against Baylor, and twice in the 23 season, Ole Miss wore these white helmets with powder blue and red stripes and Ole Miss on either side. In 22 against Troy, same look, but the blue is dark blue on the stripes and the trim around Ole Miss. And for one game in 2022 and 2023, these helmets, which were done through a partnership between Ole Miss and Realtree. Realtree is the world's leading designer of photorealistic camouflage. Their founder and CEO, Bill Jordan, played receiver at Ole Miss in the 70s, and he stayed close to the program. All right, that's the helmets of Ole Miss. Hit the comments. Who do you want to see next? And follow Hooked on Helmets so you don't miss it.